and bring our feed over. We're here with Eoin Vincent. New, well, kind of a new old venture.
Old venture.
Or would you say old new venture? How would you put it?
A better and better adventure. I don't know. Breakwater Roasters in Gloucester. A lot of people probably knew me from EIEIO when I was here doing the coffee, and now with Breakwater and building a great selection of coffees, kind of taking up where I left off and continuing on.
And we have Chris McCarthy with us.
Hey, Chris.
Good morning.
I'll do this quickly. Pat is manning the keyboard.
Pat, behind the scenes.
Pat is behind the scenes.
Good morning.
Good morning. GloucesterCast 428. Can you believe we're at 428, guys?
428.
I know when I started looking for what number it was, I was very much lower than 428.
Yeah.
It started somewhere around 412.
What was that big celebration we had at Crow's Nest? Was that 300?
350.
Oh, was that
It was
350?
probably 350. It was probably.
We had a celebration that big for 350?
Well, any excuse for to have a celebration, right? Any excuse. All right, I'm going to share this to the Good Morning Gloucester page.
Well, he's sharing. I think we should ask Pat where Jimmy, Good Morning Gloucester, Jimmy is today.
Jim is golfing this morning.
Really?
He went to Topsfield with some friends to golf.
Must
He's been
be
trying
nice.
to golf once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's his second time this week, so I wasn't sure it was going to, release the
Must be nice.
the lock on the door, but
Must be nice, huh?
Must be. Oh, you gave him the dreaded note. Must be nice. Do you want to explain my theory on anyone that says must be nice to you?
No, you're going to have to explain it.
Okay, I'm going to explain my theory. Anyone that says when you have something nice going on in your life, and you say you're going to a ball game, or you have tickets for a ball game, or you're going to the beach, or you're going on vacation, and someone says to you, "Must be nice," you know immediately that person is not in your corner. You know immediately.
that is true. That is the vibe
that person is not rooting for you. Right?
That is the vibe that goes out from that.
That's exactly what that vibe is. If someone says "must be nice to you," it's the most poignant. Like you don't need to know anywhere else what you're standing with that person. That person can't stand you, and they're rooting fucking against you.
So when Jim listens to this later,
Jim, I'm hoping you shoot under par today. I am on your side today.
And Jim, where are you today? I miss you, buddy. Come on. Where are you?
You're missing the good
coffee. I mean,
yeah.
I was expecting you here, Jim.
Pat Dalpiaz is on the show notes. Arlie Pett has checked in. Carol Mondello has checked in. Lynn Scannell has checked in.
Carol's right. That's right up there with "Good for You."
Oh,
She's right. Yeah.
So good for good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
I think you have to have a little inflection in the thing, like "good for you."
Yeah,
Right?
this is like the Chinese language.
Right.
You know, the inflection.
Yeah, the inflection
and
point
how
means
you-
everything.
everything.
It could mean, well, they say like "fuck you" could be the word "fuck" could be used in a million different ways.
Really?
No,
It's been 10
like
minutes.
"fuck." You say "fuck," and that's like a bad fuck. You're like "fuck," and that's like "wow, fuck." Right? There's a million different ways you can go.
Check, please.
Check. Exactly.
The inflection means everything. Anyway.
Thank you for that description.
Yeah. No, well, you know how. There's your.
We're just trying to make sure we inform our viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
We are here. If nothing else, we are here for our listeners.
Yeah.
Eoin, you have a bunch of things. This is what I'm going to. Should I say it now? I'll say it a bunch of times. But we're going to pick. I have a list right here of the people that shared the podcast last week, and I have an app on my phone with a randomizer.
Okay. Awesome.
So
I'm ready to hear the name.
well, we're not. I'm not teasing. I'm teasing.
All right.
So the point is, I have the list that I wrote down of people that shared it last week. So if you share it, if you're on Facebook and you share it, you'll be entered to win a prize next week. The one that we randomly select today by the number will win the hat that was donated by Joe Higgins, fish printer, the Salty Crew hat. And we're going to pick that
That's
probably towards the middle of the podcast. And the person will have 2 weeks to pick it, to claim their prize.
Very
Otherwise,
good.
it's going back into the prize package.
No. I'm in charge of the lost and found bin. And if no one picks it up after 2 weeks, it goes into the lost and found bin, and I'll take care of it.
In other words,
Yeah, in other words,
Donation
we'll see it
list.
on his head.
What's going on my head?
it's going on his head. All right, so people will know.
Yeah.
Shauna Phoenix, thanks for joining us.
Full disclosure.
We had a huge. Oh, Shauna Phoenix had a
Yeah,
comment.
that is a good
She
one.
says, we were speaking to the must be nice comment. She says, down south where my mom is from, they'll say, well, bless your heart.
That's a good one.
I didn't realize that. See, I thought that the Southerners were actually genuinely nice and actually were hoping for nice things for you.
Well, it might be the inflection again.
Yeah.
Maybe it have something to do with it.
A little
Yeah.
harder to tell with those Southern women.
The Southern,
though,
right.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Brenda Grimes Davis chimed in and says,
Oh.
I follow Ian on Instagram. He has some fabulous old photos.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, do you now?
yeah.
I have to look at those.
Yeah.
Brenda, you can put a link in the comments to that page. Is it because Gloucester or old Gloucester?
It's 18 Haven is the old photographs.
Right. No, I know, but what I'm saying is she has. I think she posts a lot of old photographs too. There's a Facebook group dedicated to old. It might be old Gloucester memories or something like that. But if Brenda's still listening, she'll put a link in the Facebook comment section. So there's that. And
Thank you, Brenda.
and you also have 18 Haven still going strong.
Yeah, actually, it is. I scanned in about 3,000 images a couple of months ago, so I need to start rolling them back out. You know, it kind of hits little lulls.
Well, you have a lot going on in your real life.
Exactly, I have a lot going on. So you know, it's a lot of fun though to be digging through old images of Cape Ann and Gloucester.
Where do you get them?
So my grandfather had an ad agency in Rockport.
Okay.
And so he, Cape Ann Savings Banks.
Oh, the real deal. You got lots of good stuff then.
Right. So, you know, old Main Street Gloucester, a lot of old photographs from, well, not 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah. People love that. So I'm going to go
When
find
they
that
dressed
on
up, when
Instagram.
people dressed up and stuff like
Exactly.
business attire, really cool shots.
Yeah,
like black and whites, like Mad Men.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was a madman. So,
really?
yeah, he worked on Madison Ave. He did Chesterfield cigarettes.
Oh,
He
really?
legitimately, they wrote the whole script around your grandfather.
No, I don't think so. But there are some similarities.
Oh yeah, was he a savage? Was he like?
No, but you read the notes and like him, his wife and kids lived in Boston. He was in New York. You know, stuff like that. And so it's just very, I mean, it's probably part of the timing, you know, bringing the family to New York was probably.
Do you know what his favorite drink was? Was he a bourbon drinker, whiskey drinker?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that. I'll have to ask
Is your mom still around?
My mom is, but this was on my dad's side. But
Is your dad still around?
no, he's not.
Oh, okay,
But
sorry.
it's okay. I have lots of cousins that would know better than I would.
Oh, we need to know.
I'll let you know.
We
Yeah.
need to know.
You were in here for EIEIO roasters,
Correct.
before, and
Yes.
it's morphed. And why don't you go to give us the rundown? There's a very exciting thing that's happening on not just on the coffee side, the cafe side too.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you take it from there.
Yeah, so about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I joined Breakwater Roasters. And a lot of people had known us from the farmers markets, you know, Rockport Farmers Market, Gloucester's Farmers Market, and such. And we wanted to bring the roaster to the next level. And we've been building on it, opened an online business, and really it's been progressing in such a way that it's time to open up a coffee shop or a cafe. So we're in the wonderful 3 Duncan Street address. Where Alchemy was, or Happy Belly, so just a gorgeous space with the bar and such. So roasters in the back, and we'll be opening up the front for coffee. We got the cold brew, nitro. We got some iced teas. So it's been a really, really fun progression to work through.
Nice.
Not something I was expecting when I was last here as EIEIO, that's for sure.
So did I understand? Sam say something about backyard growers being involved?
Backyard Growers is in the same space.
Okay.
So they're to the right of us now.
Okay.
And so now there's a separation. So if you go through the door, Backyard Growers is to the right and we're to the left.
So will there be pastries and stuff too?
You know, we're going to look at a few minor, not minor, some simple things to do to start off with. Our real focus is the coffee and the teas. Tom, my partner, has been fantastic with like digging into the teas. So he's like created this passion peach pomegranate and this hibiscus dragon fruit cold teas. It's just like, so it's just like, you know, I'm kind of like pushing the coffee and making sure that's right. And he's chasing the tea, which makes it a really nice combination of the two.
Can you add alcohol to those, do you know?
I would assume you could, absolutely. Does vodka not go with anything?
Of course, of course.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And so what are we drinking right now?
This is the Half Moon. So this is a Colombian roast. It is a little bit more citrusy than our other mid roast, which is the Motif, which will be the house blend at the cafe. And one of the neat things about the cafe also is a lot of people see us at the market and they were like, so what does your coffee taste like? And this will give people an opportunity to not only taste the coffee, you know, just taste the coffee and pick up a bag, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to rotate one of the coffees. Motif will be the standard and we'll rotate through the other coffee.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Will there be seating in the coffee shop?
There will be.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And Wi-Fi.
And what? Wi-Fi? Good question. I'm going to guess that there probably will be, but, you know, don't quote me on that one.
All right. I'm guessing that'll be a big thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's expensive to put in.
Yep.
So we're going to talk to Mr. McDonough about that. Make sure it happens.
I'll pass the message on. Not to worry.
All right.
He's listening. He probably got the message.
Yeah. He's the man. I love it. You know, does he still drive the Tesla? Do you know? So he had a Tesla, and I got in it, and we were pulling out of Lat 43, and it was startling, like, because it's all electric, it's 100% electric. It's startling to drive around with no sound. No sound.
I know. It is crazy.
Very startling, and like thinking about the people, the pedestrians.
That's
like. I think that so much of the way you're walking, and I think pedestrians have to be more aware. Yep. And obviously,
I rely on listening. I mean, you know, I'm always listening behind me when I'm taking my walks and stuff, and never mind just walking down the street. But
when you're not texting.
When I'm not right and looking down, hunched over and looking.
Pat, can you do me a favor? Can you put in the show notes www.serenity, and there's 2 E's on Serenity. Merchandise.com. That's you can buy the coffee.
I already got it ready here for when we got there.
If you've watched
here you go, folks.
Podcasts that we've done at Minglewood, you know that we're big fans of the Serenity card.
Yep, absolutely.
Our Serenity card holder is going to be able to use it.
Really good question. I don't know the answer to, so I can get that back to you and Joey.
That'd be great.
But when we come, we're gonna do a tour.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
So when we do the tour, and we're gonna do a live podcast from there as well. So when we do that, we'll have a lot more of the answers when Ian's more prepared to come.
My apologies. Yeah,
it's just,
that's fine.
Just
I can tell you anything about coffee.
Coffee at cafe.
What are the new trends in coffee?
What are the new trends in coffee? People are still putting very strange things in coffee, which, the one that I heard recently was honey.
Honey? Yeah.
Yeah, which, you know, I can't see putting honey in coffee, but you know what? If it works for you, do it.
Yeah.
There's a resurgence of these coffees that are extremely expensive that are excreted from animals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the dung one, the guana ones.
Yeah. And so there's
guana. Bat poop.
I've heard of those.
So
they're really expensive.
Extremely expensive. So there's an elephant version, there's like a muskrat version, and then some others. And
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that's making a major
if it's
resurgence
related
now.
to poop and you don't
I
know
don't
about
know
it?
that.
Wow.
I am the expert on
the
poop,
poop,
and I didn't know we were turning it into coffee.
You know the straight. No, so what they do is
what
like
show
that.
was that on? It was an episode on.
Okay.
Oh, well, I will never come up with that.
Really?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But the weird thing about it is what they do is they feed the elephants the cherries of the coffee. And so the elephant digests it, and then they collect the poop, clean it, and process it. The weird thing about it was a lot of the plantations, that was the coffee that the people that worked at the plantation used. So that's kind of how it progressed, was that they couldn't sell the coffee that you know.
Yeah.
And so they would use this coffee. And so this coffee that's through the elephant, if you will, is like $1,000 a half pound.
We did a post on it, Pat, on the blog.
Really?
A couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
Yeah, so it's making a resurgence again, which makes you go, huh. So I've tried it.
That's crazy.
And what did you think?
It's very earthy.
Yeah.
Would you spend $1,000 a pound?
Tastes like chicken.
It was.
Tastes like chicken.
It was a gift. So I look at that gift as an opportunity, and it was a wonderful opportunity, but I'll leave it there.
I was like that guy, Adam, who's the Jewish guy that went and had all the weird foods? He was like on the was it the Food Network? Or
Zimmerman.
Alan Zimmerman.
Not Alan.
Something Zimmerman.
But Zimmerman. I forget his first name, but he would eat
all the crazy
disgusting
travel all over the world
and stuff.
The crazy stuff. I'm excited to get back in that space. I love that space. It's so cozy in there and stuff. Yeah. And I'm curious, like, what the backyard growers are going to bring to the table in there. If it's going to be just, I wonder if, no, I guess my guess would be that they're going to have produce and stuff like that, and not so much baked goods.
I don't know the official answer on it.
He's a coffee guy.
I'm a coffee guy.
You got to ask him the coffee questions.
I need questions about coffee, Joey. I'm right there for you, buddy.
I'm going to talk to Sam right now. I'll call Sam.
Do you guys make decaf?
We do. We actually do a Mayan decaf that's absolutely amazing.
Really?
If I actually should bring it in here one day and ask you guys.
I'm a decaf guy.
Okay.
I'm a decaf guy.
You'll love it. It is. It's the coffee drinker's decaf.
Really?
Yeah, It's a really, really good decaf. I mean, I've had it multiple times, and it's far better than some of the regular coffees I've had.
So how many of the hot coffees will be offered in cold brew?
One.
So,
our Ethiopian is what we do for our cold brew. And we also will have a nitro version of that. And we have.
What is the nitro actually? Give me the scientific thing of what the nitro does.
Scientific?
Yeah.
So you're injecting nitro into you're creating pressure from the nitro, which ultimately adds to the coffee, which will create a more, for lack of other words, silky palate. It's adding nitro to your sip. So it becomes lighter, smoother.
We have a question from Cheryl Mandello. She's wondering if you'll have a Sumatra single origin roast.
Sumatra we do not have.
Okay.
No.
He did have the answer for that.
There we go. It's coffee. It's a coffee.
No, it's a really good question. So we have a Brazilian single roast, which is a light roast, and it's called Blainsvillian. We have the Half Moon, which is a Colombian medium roast. We have the Motif, which is a Central American blend.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's really good. We have the Dockside, which is a Tanzanian peaberry. The Dogtown, which is a Colombian dark roast, which is really good also. And then Beyond Time, which is our espresso.
Be on time. That's tremendous.
Yeah.
What is this? Is a coffee. I'm not sure if this even relates to what you guys are doing. What Araban coffee?
Yes, sure.
What does that mean?
It's a type of bean, and the majority of coffee that you drink is Araban coffee. The other to that is Robusta. So you have Araban and Robusta. Robusta, we've actually looked at adding it to our espresso. Just a little bit of it, because that's all you really need. It is a very bitter, chocolatey, front of the tongue type taste. It hits you.
Yeah. So Araban is not specific to a location.
No, type of tree.
Type of tree. Okay.
Yeah. No, and I want to say it originated from Yemen. I said it, the country wrong.
Yemen.
Yemen. Thank you.
Okay, that's interesting. But so, are any of is any Arabian coffee in your coffee?
All of them are.
All of them. Okay, that's what.
All of them. Yep.
Is there any coffee grown here in the United States?
Not that I'm aware of. Altitude and weather are the two keys.
Two keys.
Yeah.
I was thinking like wine country, like
Yeah.
out in California.
So in Colorado, you might have something.
Yeah.
But not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Well, the like Hawaii, obviously.
Yeah.
Hawaii,
Yeah. You have
Oh,
higher
right.
elevation.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Is that United States?
Last time I checked. But see, I didn't even. Yeah, but the Hawaiian coffee is amazing.
Pat did the research.
Yes,
Pat,
I found it.
You want to give us the synopsis there?
When I said before, what was that scene
Show.
in a show or something? It was the Bucket List movie. It was Jack Nicholson's favorite coffee.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's fun.
Kopi, wait a minute. Kopi Luwak?
Yep.
Is that close?
Yeah,
Oh, that's the name of it. That's the name.
That's the name of it. Kopi
Really?
Luwak.
I might feed Bo some of those coffee.
That's a
the cherry pits.
Yeah, the cherry pits.
and then
the coffee.
Then you'll have a whole new market.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the history of coffee, that's what they say happened was goats, goats were eating these cherries from the trees and they noticed that they were getting hyper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so that's
funny.
kind of the history behind it was that.
Bo doesn't eat anything to make him more hyper. Dog.
Do you think that dog will chill out a little bit as he gets older?
I hope so. Jesus.
My cat, so
DC. I'm going to need some proof of life. I haven't seen DC.
I've seen her.
Heard it.
Well,
DC
I've been working
story.
so much, I'm never
Okay.
home.
All right.
So we've come to realize that DC has two speeds.
Okay.
On and off.
Super Snugglies mode or Psycho Kitty mode.
All right. All right.
Where she's like,
Yeah.
she, our floors are kind of like a fake hardwood floor. And she runs as fast as she can. And even when she's starting, her pads aren't like gripping.
Yeah.
It's like, spinning wheels.
Scooby-Doo.
And she runs so fast and hasn't figured out like that she's not going to be able to stop because she has such a head of steam and smashes head first into like doors and stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
God, that's great.
And we haven't been, so maybe some cat people would be able to tell us this. I don't know what the trigger is that sends her into psycho mode. Like I don't think it's food or anything. But like I don't know what the trigger is.
I think they're random with cats.
It's like
that kind of behavior.
It's like, oh, pet me,
Somewhat
like
random.
love me, like rub my back of my ears, or like climbing all over you, like getting into crouching tiger, hidden dragon.
Like I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy you. Like ears pinned back and like, watch out, I'm coming for you.
Hunter mode.
Yeah, hunt. Right. I think that's what it is. Like peering from around the corner. But are you a cat person?
No, I'm not. Dog person.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
You're trying to say that I'm a pussy. No, because
yeah, well timed. Good job.
No,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So there was a big thing this week. There was a big news story that, and I'm lucky that I'm already married and stuff like that. But they said that women, if they see a single guy that owns a cat, it's a huge red flag. That's what they say.
Oh.
Really?
I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
But I've seen. But then they showed a bunch of pictures of guys, like single guys, single guys with cats, and it does kind of look like.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
I don't know.
So coffee, Johnny.
Any coffee? No. Check, please.
Check, please. Coffee.
Yeah. So 3 Duncan Street.
Duncan Street.
Opening up next week. Take a look at social media. Get our times and our dates.
We have the links in the show notes.
Yep. And we got the nitro, the cold brew, the hot coffee, all roasted in Gloucester in that facility.
Are you selling growlers of coffee?
We are selling growlers at Cold Brew. Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
I just come up with
You are,
relevant questions
well,
like this. I go from DC psycho mode, elephant dung to growlers.
If those synapses are just
to single men with cats.
Single men with cats.
All over the
not
place.
Attracted to women. The pheromones. The pheromones. So there's that.
Yes, so there's growlers.
There are growlers. 3 Dunker Street, so in the space where Alchemy was.
Correct. Or Happy Belly.
Happy Belly. I miss Happy Belly.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where I know marijuana is huge, that they combine marijuana with coffee?
Infused.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I absolutely see it. I think that's a completely different jump in licensing and everything else.
Yeah.
But I would say that I would not be shocked if people started doing that.
Yeah. Or I think I've heard this CBD.
CBD, yeah. That's what I've also heard, is CBD in the coffee beans.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. And like when you get a flavored coffee, like French vanilla.
Correct.
How do they get that flavoring in there?
The oils. So it's vanilla bean. So they take the oil from that.
So it's
put it into the beans.
So does that make it higher calories? You know?
Probably not a whole lot.
But they're not dumping sugar.
No, they're not dumping sugar.
Okay.
Nope.
I was always curious at how they come up with those.
Well, it depends though. Okay, I think you correct me if I'm wrong. If you get some of these places, they have syrup.
The syrup.
Pumps.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's horrible.
99% sure.
I'm talking the natural bean or the.
Yeah. So if you went and bought a vanilla roast at the market or something of that nature, that bean has been, after roasting process, has been processed with flavoring.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting.
There you go.
And you're a cream guy, a milk guy?
I drink my
Almond
coffee
milk.
black.
Black.
Yeah.
Have you always?
Yeah, pretty much.
When did you start drinking coffee?
12, 13?
Really?
Yeah.
When did you start, Chris?
I'm as I said, I'm a decaf guy. I love coffee. I love the taste of coffee, but sometimes there are certain coffees where, you're telling that goat story, you get the beans and getting hyper.
Yeah.
I'm already hyper enough, and when I have coffee, I'm off the rails.
Yeah.
Like
amp it up a little bit more.
Yeah. So I don't know when exactly.
I started in college.
Yeah.
As a
time
kind of drink when you don't.
I know as I've gotten older, I drink more. I don't remember drinking a lot when I was younger.
Right.
Coffee.
Right.
I started drinking when I was either 9 or 10. We came down here when we were 9 years old, working. My cousin Frankie and I on the dock, and we were packing whiting here. My grandfather was working, my father and my uncle, and my uncle Charlie was in charge of. He did the big. He had one of those huge coffee urns, the big stainless steel ones for the workers. And he'd go down to A&P and get 8 o'clock grind.
Absolutely,
I still drink it.
8 o'clock.
Occasionally, it's part of my rotation.
Maxwell House. I remember Maxwell House.
No, it was
8 o'clock.
Was
different.
It was 8 o'clock grind.
Yeah.
And
like a black can.
It's red with a black stripe. And
the AMP with the grinder at the end of the cashier.
Yeah. We used to go down there and get it and grind it for the women. And my daughter Eloise is a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, it seems like
a lot of the kids are
these days.
Younger and younger. Well, and the foofy drinks that cost $17.
Right.
Speaking of that story, Brenda Grimes Davis was one of the women that packed whiting on the line here.
Oh, really?
Great. Yeah.
Wow.
I should have.
She's right here.
Yeah, she said mug up. That's what we call it. It's like break. Brenda, what time was mug up? It was like a certain time, and I know. Brenda, you tell me who was the one that yelled mug up? It was either my Uncle Charlie or my father. Or I doubt it was my grandfather. But they yelled mug up, and like everybody would.
It was time.
Like they'd take their break, and I'm sure they really looked forward to it. And everybody just come out and sit and get some sun.
That's cool.
Yeah, my grandmother worked here too. She packed wedding with her sisters and stuff.
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to hear Brenda's response. Yeah, there's a whole building right attached to this building right here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm into these days is matcha.
Yeah, sure.
So I'd love to see you guys come up with some creative, because there's not enough places that serve matcha. It's green tea.
Green
it's
tea,
like
yeah.
Powdered green tea that I mix it
So
with
do
water.
you mix it in though? You don't steep
It's a powder.
matcha, right?
Matcha is commonly a powder.
Yeah.
We are doing a green tea cold iced coffee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that might meet your need.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, you can put it in hot water, but it's so fine. You just stir it.
Well, that's what I said. You stir it. You don't steep it.
You don't steep it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's great cold with like milk and water and then a little sugar.
Does it loosen you up a little bit?
Actually, that's a great question. Being the poop expert that I am, why is there like a direct correlation between coffee drinking and then going to the bathroom?
I'm going to guess it's hormones.
Hormones?
Yeah, the reaction to your body, the processing the caffeine. But
Yeah.
I used to. So I stopped using cream about 2 years ago, and when I had my coffee, literally 10 seconds after the cream, I had the coffee with the cream in it, I had to run.
Yeah, I never liked the milk and milk.
So you're lactose intolerant then?
That may be it. But since I stopped using cream in my coffee, I drink it black now. I don't
Really?
I don't have to go poop when I drink coffee. Elephant
We should have
poop,
warned you.
human poop.
I should have
Listen,
known
this-
that.
listen, let me explain something.
You have been
Ian, let
before,
me explain something to you right now. We could talk straight geeky coffee stuff and we would lose our listeners in 10 seconds, or we could have fun conversation and people would be
I
straight to
agree
the
with
end.
you 100%, Joey.
Huh?
That's why I'm here.
And just one other comment. There's two foods that I eat that I can. Asparagus. You know what happens when you eat asparagus?
Yeah.
The same thing happens to me with coffee.
There you go.
I don't. I know now, but prior to this, I did not know asparagus was a trigger. Let's say.
Not train, no, just
No.
makes stuff your
A
pee
scent.
smell.
Oh, the scent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can definitely, if you eat like a bunch of asparagus and you go pee, you know
You smell it.
you
And
ate
that
asparagus.
happens to me with coffee.
I wonder if it's dehydrating you or something.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit,
you
I
need to
drink
drink
more
more water too. That's the thing. Brenda Davis
Thank
says
you, Doc.
it was my dad. It was my dad that yelled mug up when it was mug up
Oh,
time,
that's great.
and everybody had their own mug.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
remember that too. They all had their own like ceramic mug, and you knew whose was who, which is really cool.
Chris hit a point, though, that I wanted to touch. From an iced coffee perspective, we will have a green iced coffee, we will have a chamomile iced coffee, and we'll have a black.
Nice.
So, one of our goals here was not only to have coffee, but also have a really neat selection of teas for people to enjoy.
Yeah,
So
I like mixing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's great.
I'm excited to go and hang out there, especially if for you it'd be perfect because when it's too noisy in the office here, you could go there and work from there.
Yeah, as long as they have Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah.
If they have
I'll just use, like the owner's Wi-Fi.
There you go.
You have to make sure.
With the
What
password.
you have to make sure is that that if all the spots are taken, you order the small coffee and you sit there for 7 or 8 hours straight, and make sure no one else can sit down in the seat.
And then go to the front desk and say, "Can you turn the music down? I'm trying to work. I'm trying to work." I was in a Starbucks once, and the guy that I was sitting next to, he was working. I'm working. He got up and he asked the lady behind the counter to turn the music down. I'm like,
Little
wow.
pair of balls, right?
Oh my God. The reason they have it that loud is so that you only spend 2 hours here and not 12 hours.
Yeah. Eric Lorden told me a story about there's a Mexican restaurant on Route 1, and they had everything was based around taking the order quickly, serving the food quickly, and getting the people out quickly.
Really?
They would make it so that it was kind of like loud, so that you weren't just like
Hanging.
lollygagging around. Yeah.
Drinking margaritas where they're making $10 a margarita.
$10, $12 margaritas.
Why would they want to keep you?
Well, when there's a line.
That's true.
My mom just popped on. Hi, Mom.
Hey,
Hi,
Pat.
Mom.
Big shout out to Mom. Ian, you can stick around. I don't know if do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's it.
I knew you had someplace you had to be.
Yeah, I do. But just 3 Duncan Street, Find us on social media.
You can buy the coffee at serenitymerchandise.com. We have a link to the Facebook page. I imagine the best place to get like timely update about when it's going to open would be at the Facebook page. Yep. I'm guessing.
Yep.
And go 18haven.com for Ian's awesome old grandfather's old photographs.
It's actually it's only on Instagram now, so it's 18haven on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
18 in numerals. I looked it up before I.
All right.
Yes,
I was sitting here and I joined up.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. All right, and I'll do that.
Yeah. So we're really, really excited. Come down, visit Tommy. He'll set you up, and then you can catch me roasting coffee in the back. So.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Joey. I really appreciate it. And thank you, guys.
Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
See you, Ian.
See you soon.
So,
absolutely.
Pat, if you want to jump into his spot.
Yep.
Thank you,
Have
everyone.
a good day.
You too.
Have a good one, bud. Thanks for the coffee.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna take this time while Pat is regrouping over there. I don't think you need to be plugged in. I think it'll. If it reaches.
It should reach.
I forgot to ask him if AEIOU is.
No more.
No, I know, but if there's any connection to the Three Stooges.
Oh, I don't know.
Because Three Stooges
Ian,
did something
EIO.
with EIO.
His name is EIO.
Oh, probably.
So something to do with that.
Yeah.
So I want to remind people we're gonna. Why don't we want to do the?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain it one more time for the people that just joined us.
For the people.
I got a list. We put a list together of the people that shared last week's. It was probably a couple of weeks ago now. Podcast, and I have them numbered, and I have a number randomizer. So if you share this podcast next week, we're going to do a drawing, and you have to be friends with me so I can see that you shared it. If you're not friends with me, I don't get a note. I can't see that you shared it.
You're dead to him.
No, it's if you have a private. You'd have a private thing there. So I have this app. It's a randomizer app. I just got to put in the numbers from 1 to 17.
These results have been audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
So
This is official. There is no funny business going on behind the scenes.
Oh, so this goes 0 to 17, but if it comes up 0, I'm going to redo it because I have 17 names there.
No,
I don't know
I'm 0.
Oh, wait.
I'm 0. If it
Should we
goes
do
to
that?
0, I get it.
Do that?
Yep.
I think we'll get it. There'll be outrage. There'll be outrage.
We like
outrage.
outrage.
No, I can make it 1 to 17. Okay, I made it 1 to 17. So you can see right there, it says 1 to 17. I'm gonna press the button so everybody knows it's fair. Brenda Grimes Davis, because she's watching. Carol Mandel is on this list. Carol, your number is 9. Where is Brenda Grimes? Brenda Grimes Davis, my lucky number 6. Anybody else? Susan Lipset didn't share it.
She's not. Oh, okay. Paula.
Paula Ryan Bryan. I don't have her name here.
Okay.
So, all right, here we go. We're gonna press the button right now. Randomize. And number 10. Number 10 is Margaret Orlando. Margaret Orlando, you have 2 weeks. I'll bring the hat down the dock, or you're local, I think. I don't know where you live, but yeah. Ma, you're on Facebook, Ma. Look down to your right in your Facebook post. You should be able to share it. Margaret Orlando, you won.
Pat, you'll be eligible for next week's drawing.
We
should have asked Ian for a bag of coffee for next week's winner.
You know something? That was a total miss on my part.
Pat, that was Pat. As the manager of GMG, she dropped the ball on that.
All right.
I probably did.
You know what? I imagined it. I can't speak for them.
Well, I'll buy the bag.
All right. So that's going to be next week's thing. I'm going to say, if they're too cheap to provide a bag for us,
which I highly doubt,
which you highly doubt because they're
generous.
Super generous. But if they are,
yes,
then Chris will purchase it.
Yep.
All right. So there you go.
With my GMG credit card.
On the GMG account. On the GMG account.
No, that's not going to fly.
No, Kate is going to give me her GMG credit card to use.
Kate.
she tells me she has a GMG credit card. I don't know.
She's not supposed to tell anybody that. So that's.
Well, I'm flying with this coffee.
So don't forget to share this one, so you could be entered next week on the thing. All right, we got more stuff to talk about. I think the biggest news of the week, I think we can all agree, is the dining al fresco on Main Street.
Starting tonight.
What do you mean? It wasn't yesterday?
I thought it was last night.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already started.
Oh, okay.
But Pat, Pat put into her show notes is something that I did not know, and I think this is huge. There's free parking at I-4C2 and Warren Middle Street parking lot until July 1st to help encourage downtown dining and visitors. Free parking at I-4C2. I-4C2 is the dirt lot that's to the left of the Gloucester House as you're looking towards the harbor. And Warren Middle Street, where is?
I don't
Is that
know.
where behind the fire station? I wonder.
Maybe.
You know, near the library.
Let me look. I don't
off
know
of
where
Middle
Warren Street is, but
I don't know.
I took it
We'll
off.
look that up.
Yeah.
But that's great. Carol Mondella says last night yet. I think maybe she meant yes. Yes. Yeah. Last night, it did start last night. Carol, you see it as you're on. Can you tell us where the free parking lot is between Warren and Middle Street? Is that behind the church?
We have the manager, GMG manager.
Yes.
She's
trying to.
She's on MapQuest.
But some of the spaces that were created, I haven't driven down Main Street at night because I've been working and haven't got down there. But I saw pictures of the Franklins, and I saw pictures of Tono's, and they both look good. We've already been to Drift.
Right.
Drift space is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Tono's looks gorgeous. Franklin's looks gorgeous.
God, yeah.
We've already
Warren.
eaten at Binglewood outside is always beautiful. They have that beautiful view. Mile Marker is a gorgeous view.
We drove down Main Street last night to get to Drift, and Franklin, beautiful setup, like you said. Jalapenos had a setup outside. Cafe Sicilia.
Oh, really?
Had a setup outside.
Okay, I want to say something because maybe the people from Cafe Sicilia are watching. They asked us to come by literally a month ago.
Yeah.
And we had every intention to go. We walked up there the day we did the roving things.
Right.
And they happened to be closed. Maybe it was earlier in the week or something.
Yeah.
But we wanted to go there that day. I think it's Maria, I think her name is. We have every intention to make a special visit to Cafe Sicilia.
Right.
And try out the Stefano special.
The Stefano special.
So
I saw a post from Stefano, and it was a sandwich that looked outstanding. And I said, Stefano, where'd you get that? And he goes, Cafe Sicilia. It's the Stefano.
Okay.
It was outstanding.
I got you. Okay, Carol Mondella answered. It's the lot between Bank Gloucester and City Hall. So that
Warren Street is the street right in front of City Hall.
Oh, I know. See, I should know that. Thank you, Carol. So that lot right there, it's a little tight. The parking spaces are kind of tight together, but it's free. Yeah. So use it.
It's funny you say that because yesterday, as we're driving down Main Street, I'm looking at the meters. My cup holder is overflowing with quarters because I can't remember the last time I put a quarter in the meter because we haven't been going downtown. I haven't had a need to park and put a couple quarters in the meter. So hopefully I can start feeding meters soon. That's a good sign.
My mom asked the question, did you see the paintings on store windows done by Jane Noble's granddaughter, Brittany Barry? We did see those.
They're awesome.
Those inspirational.
They're everywhere. They're really pretty.
They're beautiful. We did a post about it.
Yeah. And I think the Franklin, their menu is right on the front window that she did.
The Franklin there's a bunch of them around town, and every one of them looks fantastic.
They do. They're really nice.
Yeah, she did a great job with that. So go downtown, support our friends, and check it out. We've been trying to get to a bunch of places.
Dogtown Bookstore is opening today.
Nice.
So, that's great.
They're reopening another shop on Main.
Chris and I and the wives are going to the Franklin tonight.
Right. Yeah. We're looking forward to it.
We'll be able to report from there.
Yeah.
And I'm eager to get to Tono as well. I'm really eager to go. I love I'm a huge fan of those bistro lights. the strung lights, the old school lights. I think it adds ambiance to like even the worst space. It makes it look great. And Drew Hale did a great job making that outdoor space beautiful for
it is really pretty.
Our friend Drew Hale. Hopefully we get to see him this weekend and his lovely wife. Did you guys see the poop bucket, the 5-gallon bucket attachment that we got? Speaking of poop,
I got one as well.
You got one?
Yeah, it snapped right onto my orange Home Depot bucket.
So this is what you need to know.
What?
So because the fisherman told me what to do to make it really
sanitary,
work really well. They said fill it halfway with water.
Yeah.
So when you do your business, you like it won't leave a stain on the bottom. So you dump it immediately. That's a fisherman tip right there. That's insider fisherman tip. That
assumes that one is going to poop in the bucket. I have designated mine for number 1 only, not 2. Or is it one poop?
No.
2. 2 is poop. So 1 only. No number 2.
I thought you said you designated for 2.
I got it backwards.
I took that until you actually meant though.
No.
So you got that going for you. But no, that little thing is ingenious.
It is.
Clips right on it. It's stable.
Yeah.
And that was Lindsay Hale's suggestion to us.
Filling it up halfway would help anchor it too, right?
Hold that too.
Place.
Yeah, but I mean, you're immediately going to toss it overboard.
Mm-hmm.
You have a floater. You're gonna have a Caddyshack situation with the Baby Ruth pop. Carl, groundskeeper Carl.
You know what we gotta buy is some of that biodegradable toilet paper stuff. When you like,
I know. Actually, you know something. Now that I think about, I was thinking that like it was an emergency poop thing, but really you shouldn't poop.
Right.
You should be able to hold your poop. And really, you don't want toilet paper. Yeah, it's really just for pee.
Unless you're gonna
don't poop in the thing. You have to be really desperate. You have to be really desperate.
Yeah,
I think the fishermen were telling me this because they're going off for days at a time, and they have rolls of toilet paper that they can dispose of properly. We don't want people like using sanitary.
And what if it spills on your?
Oh, God.
So don't have asparagus before you go on the boat. You don't want
asparagus.
Stinky.
No, you don't want cream. You don't want to drink any cream, especially if you're lactose intolerant.
Oh, God.
So we get that going for us. Hammond Castle grounds are open to visitors daily from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
Where did you get that information?
From their Facebook page.
She made it up.
Yeah, I make these things up.
Were you volunteering there last time?
I was not volunteering there, but I had a connection there. I think she might have left, but yeah. So I follow it, and I was just happy to.
So what does that mean? Do they charge you?
It doesn't appear that there's a charge. I haven't been there yet to the grounds.
Oh yeah.
So the grounds had always been free for people to go to.
I'm going to tell you a story about the grounds at Hammond Castle.
Okay.
Back when I was about 22 years old, so that's 30 years ago, they had, every year, they had reggae concert. It was called, I think the reggae band was called Jah Spirit. And they let you go in a little bit early, set up picnic like blankets. You could bring in coolers. You could bring in whatever you wanted to bring in. And it was reggae at night on the grounds of Hammond Castle. And it was fucking spectacular.
So,
but
1990s.
Obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was way too fun. And it was not going to be able to be sustained and keep going because it was way too much fun. But I had some great memories for the years that it did happen at that space.
When they had things they wanted publicized on GMG, they would be contacting me. So that's the connection.
I think that they should resume concerts there. Maybe not reggae concerts when people get crushed, but maybe more like family kind of. Yeah. I don't know. Reggae's kind of nice. And now that you can smoke pot legally, maybe they should resume them because it was you smell like all you could
not
smell.
Federally. Not federally. You can't smoke weed federally.
Correct.
What does that mean?
The federal government has not.
It's not approved by the federal government. It's only been approved by certain states.
So if you go out of the state,
This is
no,
where
technically,
you can't bring marijuana out of Massachusetts, right? If you transport it past
or any.
state
I don't
lines.
think you can do it any.
I don't
Any.
know.
We're gonna find
Across
out all
state
this
lines.
information because we're gonna have the Happy Valley
Happy
people.
Valley.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a little bit like fireworks. You can't. You're not supposed to bring them over.
No.
State
No.
lines.
We would never
do
we would
that.
never
No,
do
I
that.
know. That would never
They
happen.
they have sensors on the New Hampshire-Massachusetts border where they can detect that stuff.
That's right.
You don't want to do that.
You would not want to go to the Rusty Can on your way up there and get in there and then light off fireworks.
The Rusty Can, but we got to try this place that I sent you this morning.
What's it called
in
again?
Peabody. I started following them on.
I'm gonna find it.
They're right here, the Big Pig Barbecue in Peabody.
Is it Peabody Square?
No, it's right on Route 1.
Oh, is it near the bagel place? Bagel World? Because it was.
You pass Bagel World on Route 1 and you go up the hill, you pass Latitude.
Yeah.
I think it's Boston Sports now. You come up the hill, but by the place you used to hang out, the Cabaret.
Here we go.
What is that? Is it lunch, dinner? Whatever we.
I think
Casual?
it's
Sounds
lunch.
casual, I guess.
I think it's lunch and dinner, but it looks like they're putting these packages together,
Oh.
boxes,
Oh, they
for the 4th of July,
Oh, cool.
where you got like ketchup, mustard, burgers, hot dogs, but their beef looks outstanding. And the reason it came up is because Holy Cow
Oh, they partnered
teamed
with them.
up
Right.
with them to come up with some very creative
Awesome.
ice cream that only this barbecue place is selling. I don't think you can get it here in Gloucester. I think you have to go to the barbecue place to get it.
Very cool.
So we're going to have to make that a stop and check
What is
it out.
that called again? Big Pig?
Big Pig Barbecue.
Big Pig Barbecue.
Big Pig Barbecue. We're coming your way.
Chris, how many days in a row have we eaten at lunch from Mom's Kitchen?
I think 3.
3 days in a
Today
row.
might be the 4th.
Today, maybe into the 4th. 2 days in a row with the Mudiga steak. If you haven't gone to Mom's Kitchen at lunchtime and got a Mudiga steak sandwich, I don't even consider you a real Gloucester person.
Well, today's the last day.
Yeah.
So today's
Breaking
it.
news.
And
Today's the last
the
day.
sausage and peppers and the fried dough.
Oh,
And fried dough.
we've tried both except for the fried dough, so we got to go for the.
No fried dough.
Yeah, I
No,
can.
that's for people that can handle fried dough.
Oh, but the Modiga sandwich that you
that's
inhaled in one bite.
That's so
That's
delicate.
okay.
That's so
Yeah,
delicate.
yeah.
My delicate palate. Yeah.
We should
Oh.
do a calorie comparison. And I'm sure there's.
You guys. I'm gonna tell you one.
Where
Chris,
are we?
I want you to speak to Drift. I just have to make a phone call.
Mhm.
I was at Drift last evening. Charlene and I went and had a cocktail.
Mhm.
Actually, I had a beer.
I saw their windows are all open, so they're seating inside.
Mario, they got, that
I
was
love
one of the
the-
great things about Drift is they get very creative with their window art.
They have the two Marios with the Italian flag,
Yeah.
like they're celebrating Fiesta.
And I was talking to Kurt because last year they had the greasy pole,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a sonotube.
Oh,
the thing
really?
You put the concrete in.
No, I didn't know
When
that.
you're putting like posts in the ground, you put a sonotube. But he said that because of the rain last year, that
Oh, yeah,
the thing fell apart and they didn't have the time to put one
Together again.
Together, but he said maybe in September when the greasy
Mhm.
pole,
Mhm.
when we think there'll be the actual contest, greasy pole.
Right. Well,
contest.
I'm wearing my
Viva San Pedro.
That can be seen, but
Yeah,
to celebrate
yeah,
what we're missing this weekend.
I know, but we'll have a flavor
But
for
you
it. I
had-
think in September, right?
What did you have to drink at the Drift?
So I had a beer. What did Charlene have? Charlene had Aperol Spritz.
Oh,
But I had an opportunity to meet the executive chef. Sounds like I've had some of their food there, which was outstanding, but I talked to Kurt, the owner, and he said food sales are through the roof. People are really enjoying the dishes that the new executive
that's
chef
great.
is pumping out. And the executive chef was drinking this pistachio martini. But it was when we were walking out. I would have ordered one on the spot if I knew what it was. I mean, as the viewers know, who have been there.
Is this breaking?
Espresso martini.
No, Carol Mondello says Fiesta is officially canceled. I've heard this.
Okay. September 2?
It's off. Yeah, it's completely off. We should give Carol Mondello an opportunity to put a link. Carol, feel free to put a link in the comment section. I think she started a Facebook group for Gloucester jobs or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
Feel free to put a link in there, and Pat will do a post about it. She's doing like Gloucester jobs.
Been very active.
Very active. It's for it's for employers that are looking for people to work and for people that want to work.
Seeking work. Yeah,
and there's a whole list of parameters. But it's a Facebook group, which is it's nice. It's really nice service that she's offering there. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna turn it. Can you guys? I'll turn the camera on myself once. I just want to. My friend Enza, whose father used to was a ground fisherman, and whiting fisherman. This is one of her shirts. I'm gonna put it on me right there. Support lobstermen. And it's one of these super soft, high quality. She uses next level blanks, which are I consider to be the best t-shirts in the business. And you can get them at lobstertrapgifts.com.
Do they all come with a coffee stain?
Stop. I'm not looking. I'm not falling for that. It's a black t-shirt, Chris. Chris, talk about Lobster Season 2.
Lobster Season 2. Yes, I went out.
The other thing I want you to do is to pitch our lobster sales.
Lobster sales.
Support your local lobstermen by buying lobsters so that we can keep moving them through the system. They're super cheap right now, starting at $4.50 a pound.
Well said, Joe. Captain Joe's is open for lobster. If you're looking for lobster over the 4th of July weekend, there's no other place to get lobster here in Gloucester but Captain Joe's.
Yeah.
See that?
Closed on the 4th, I think.
Closed on the 4th. Yes, he's closed on the 4th.
The 3rd.
But the 3rd, you can call ahead, put your order in. I was out there. I dropped my traps on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to pulling them out of the water for the first time this year on Saturday, tomorrow.
So tell somebody that doesn't know anything about it. You leave them in typically 4 or 5 days?
4 or 5 days,
okay.
I mean, I think the fishermen maybe do it more frequently, 3 or 4
I suppose,
days. Yeah. It depends on the number of traps you have. I have a whopping 5 traps this year. So
down from
season 10,
2.
Did your royalties checks from your ad when you were dancing with the lobsters? Did your advertising check?
It hasn't hit my checking account yet. But that was a very cool promotional video that Joe put together. We were having some fun. Lobsterman Chris and I were dancing because season 2 has begun, and I'll keep everybody updated of the total. Could you do me a favor? Can you keep a spreadsheet on your own phone? I always do, Joe. How many 32 last year. How many this year so far? None. I just dropped them. Whose lobsters were those? Those were Chris's. Oh, those. Because when we were out dropping my traps, he went over and checked a couple of his traps, and he had six keepers, which I ultimately kept. Yeah, we had lobster rolls yesterday. No, outstanding. Yeah. Just enough mayo. Hellman's mayo. You're a Hellman's guy. I'm a Hellman's guy.
So am I.
Joe's got Stop and Shop mayo.
No, we don't do that. No,
you cannot put that in a lobster.
Why do you think that is inferior mayo?
There's something that's missing.
I'm going to read the ingredients. and I'm going to say this. For full disclosure, I haven't read them before. And if there are a bunch of bullshit ingredients in there, we will call it out. But I'm guessing that it may just be like eggs, just like any other mayo.
I thought you meant like the difference between a Hellman style mayo and a Miracle Whip style mayo.
Oh, not Miracle Whip.
That's not the same. So those aren't even the same thing.
So I wish we had
a Hellman's jar.
I wish we had like a Cane's jar or something because I think a lot of these store brands are actually
just
from
copy the ingredients.
I feel like it's the same stuff, right? So this is what's in this mayonnaise. This is Stop and Shop brand, and because I've had this since last year.
Oh, geez.
We haven't opened it, but the date. So I asked Chris. Didn't I ask you this? What do you think that the date was? The sell by date was?
Here we go. Here's Hellman's. All right.
All right. You have the list of ingredients there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to read this one first.
All right.
Soybean oil is the first one. What does it say? On the
number one agreement.
Number two,
agreement.
Water.
Check.
Number three, whole eggs and egg yolks.
Check.
Does it say it the same exact way?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Vinegar.
Let me guess the next one.
Go ahead.
Salt.
Contains 2% or less of each of the following.
Oh.
Salt.
Okay, salt.
Sugar. Lemon juice concentrate.
This says lemon juice.
All right.
That
Well,
could be the secret.
There you go, right there.
But less than 2% of all the whole mix of it. And natural, then his Olorosin paprika.
This says calcium disodium EDTA used to protect quality, and then natural flavors.
This has calcium disodium EDTA used to protect quality and
Yeah.
natural flavor. Same exact ingredients.
But it's same exact ingredients, but it's the quality of the ingredients and it's the quantity.
A fucking egg is going to be different from one chicken to the next?
Yes.
Yeah,
white egg versus brown egg.
You sound like one of these.
You
sound like one of these yoga moms that goes to Whole Foods and will spend $25 on a piece of meat because it's more expensive. That means it's better quality, not because.
Oh no, because it's organic.
Yeah, organic.
Yeah.
Brenda Grimes Davis is my girl. Cane's mayo. That's what I use. I'm a Cane's guy. I'm a total.
Now,
Cane's
is
guy.
Cane's mayo or is it salad dressing?
Cane's mayonnaise.
Okay,
We're going to have a mayo tasting.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Disgusting.
No, it isn't.
No, we'll have to have it with like a sandwich.
You gotta eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise?
No, we'll have it with like a sandwich or something.
Or a sandwich.
Lobster meat.
Lobster meat.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up right here. 1 second. All right.
Joe's got customers. See that?
I gotta go.
Everybody's buying lobsters. Get down here now. 4th of July. That's what family and friends want.
Number
lobsters.
one thing is to please share the podcast. You have a chance to win a bag of the coffee beans from Breakwater Roasters.